I'm a professional hipster.
Oh, great.
Yeah, great.
Okay, I'm just going to ask you a few questions. Of a cutter.
Cutter really to me is anyone who uses any form of self-mutilation. It doesn't necessarily have to be physically cutting yourself, but it's any kind of self-mutilation.
Okay. And are you a cutter?
Yes, I am.
When did you start cutting?
I think the first time I cut myself, I was probably about 16 years old.
Okay. And why do you cut yourself?
For me, it's a sense of reality. When things are spiraling out of control for myself, I never really can differentiate what's real and if I'm real. So when I cut myself, it's an instant reminder, grounds me immediately once I see blood that I'm real and that I exist.
Okay. Do you still cut yourself?
I haven't cut in a very long time. It's probably been about 2 years since I've cut myself.
Okay. And how often do you cut yourself when you did?
When I first started, it was probably an every other week kind of deal, or even an everyday kind of deal, just in a small way. Not necessarily the deepest cuts, but just really small ones, just to, again, keep myself in check and remind myself that I'm real.
What feelings do you get before cutting yourself?
It is probably the most overwhelming sense of drowning, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't normally have any sense of what's going on around me or who's around me, and I lose touch with sounds and people. So if someone's talking to me while I'm in the middle of having a panic attack, I don't normally hear them. So it's just overwhelming. That's really the best word that I can use. It's just overwhelming. Just feeling everything all at once, both emotional ends of the spectrum, love, pain, anger, pain, love, happiness. It's just too much.
Wow. And what feelings do you get during the cutting?
During the cutting, there's not much thought that goes into it. It's very impulsive for me. So the moment that I decide to cut, I don't usually really know what I'm doing. I grab a razor blade and I just slice. There's no thought process behind it or tact. Actually, no tact at all whatsoever. It just kind of happens.
Wow. And what feelings do you get after you cut?
I'm usually sobbing hysterically whenever I'm cutting, but the moment that I'm done cutting, I can actually take a breath and sit and relax, and I usually fall asleep afterwards.
Right. And do you hide your scars from cutting?
No, never have.
No? Why or why not?
I never hid my scars when I was younger just because I never felt it important to. Nobody ever really noticed that there was something wrong with me, I guess, and it kind of, as opposed to crying for attention, kept people away from me, which was exactly what I wanted. People were very intimidated by it, didn't really want to ask what was wrong or why I had these scars on my body, so there were days where I walked into school and literally just had soaking wet bandages, all blood running down my arm, and nobody would even say a word to me about it.
Do you feel comfortable telling people about why you have scars?
If they're asking me legitimate reasons why, yes, I am. But when normally somebody asks me about my scars, it's either they want to hear that I used to cut because they obviously just know, or they're just stupid and think that something like animal attacked me for whatever reason.
Right. What advice would you give to those who cut or are thinking about cutting?
Don't start it unless it's something that you're willing to deal with every day of your life, for the rest of your life. No matter how long it's been since you've cut, it's something that's going to stay with you. The scars don't go away, and they never will, and it's something that you're going to have to explain to people all the time. So if you're not comfortable with that, then you're only going to be causing yourself even more pain.
Right. And what advice do you give to people who know someone who has cut or is thinking about cutting?
I don't think that it's wise to tell anyone that they should stop. Obviously, they know that it's something that they shouldn't be doing. most important thing is just be there for them and to make sure that they know that you're accessible for them, to talk to them whenever they need someone to talk to if they're freaking out for whatever reason. But never actually physically try to stop somebody from cutting, because it can produce some really bad after effects on both parties.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.